This is Cindy, and coming to you from Guitar Notes and Notions. And I have a little visitor here with me today. This is not my dog, but she's visiting. This is Hazel, and she was trying to make herself comfortable. I think she found a good spot. So she'll just sit here with us if you don't mind. And well, this morning I have a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. First thing is, there was a question that came up about the preamps that were seen here at my house that I was using for different reasons. It was the difference between the orange preamp that I have on my pedal board and the Fishman AFX. This is a Pro Mini EQ, and they were asking which one's better. And it's really, really difficult to answer those kind of questions because they're actually both very good and they do a great job. And I have to say, I really like Fishman a lot because they back up their equipment. I ran into the problem with the first one I bought. It started humming. I sent it back to them and they took care of it right away. They sent me a replacement. And, it's nice to have companies that you can depend on like that. So I don't have that kind of experience with orange. I've never had a problem with it, so I've never tried to send it back. Perhaps I'll have the same experience. I don't know, but I can say for Fishman, it's not just this time. There's been other times that I've used their products and contacted them, and they just took care of it. And so it's a great company to begin with. But in terms of how these work, can I say one's better than the other? No, I can't. But there's features on each one of these that the one may have and the other doesn't have. So it all depends on what you need, okay? Now, first of all, these are inexpensive. This one's like $160. This one runs like $120, I guess, maybe $110. You might be able to find a sale on that. As you can see, this doesn't take up a lot of room. Well, neither does this either. On a pedal board, though, the real estate that this takes up is really nice. Now, the thing is that, I think it's probably a big thing, is that the connections used to connect to your whatever source you're sending it to. This one uses a 1/4 inch, see, for in and out, where this has the ability to do both. It has a 1/4 inch in and out, but it also has an XLR out. So that's really nice, especially if you're playing in a venue where you're sending it out to the mains. So that right there might be the difference of why you would buy this one. This one doesn't have a mute switch in it, the orange. This one, you could toggle this switch to either be a bypass or to be a mute switch. And I think Hazel's having a hard time getting comfortable. Let me see if I can move this pillow. Is that just not doing it for you? There, how's that? Is that better? Okay, how's that? That might do it. Okay, so where was I? Okay, the mute switch. So this one has that ability. This doesn't. Okay, this orange, it's really hard to read, and I know this comes up on all the reviews, but it is true. You just can't see it. Is that a real big problem? I don't think so. I mean, just take your flashlight out and look at it. There's not that many knobs. You could probably memorize it, or take a magic marker and mark it if you have to. But yeah, that probably is an issue. The other thing is that this takes a 9-volt adapter, where this one takes an 18-volt adapter. The company did that because they wanted to give the pedal more headroom. In other words, if you're playing super loud, you're less likely to get distortion with this pedal. Whereas this one here is a 9-volt. I don't know how far you can take it. I've never run into a problem with either one of them with distortion, so I don't know what to say on that one. But on the other hand, I have to say it's pretty inconvenient on a pedal board to have to run an extra line, extra adapter. and not just use your power pack on your pedal board. So, it's because the 18 volt doesn't exist on my pedal board power pack. So anyways, if you use one, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, but those are still, they're all very minor issues as in terms of how these work. This has a real nice phase switch on it. You can really, just carve your the waveform with the orange really nicely. This one here has, low cuts. You can cut the input or trim it coming in. And then, of course, you have bass, medium, treble, and then brilliance or brightness. So they're both great pedals. And so that being said, it's really comes up to what do you need, and also your budget. So hopefully that'll answer that question for that person. And if you have any other questions about it, put it in the, send me a note. And also maybe somewhere down the line, if it's something that everyone wants to know, maybe I can demonstrate them both, but I'm not going to do that today. What I wanted to do today was talk a little bit more about this small body guitar that I got when I was at Wildwood. This is Wildwood Guitars. I picked up this Sheeran by Lowden, and it's a small body guitar. This thing is like 14 and a quarter, maybe 14 and a half inches in terms of about, and it's a 4-inch in the depth. And it's just a great sounding little guitar, and I fell in love with it. Plays beautiful, great action, great sustain, really nice guitar. Right now I'm not plugged in. It does have a LR Baggs pickup in it, but the reason why I'm not plugged in is because I want to take my Gibson, my little L1 Gibson, and also my Mackenzie and Marr. I have a 00. It's a parlor-sized guitar. It's actually, in terms of the bout, is both the Gibson and the Mackenzie and Marr is 1 inch smaller than this when it comes to the bout. Same depth, just 1 inch smaller. So those are 13 and a half. This is close to 14 and a half. So this one's a little bit bigger. And so keep that in mind when you listen to these. But I thought it would be kind of fun to hear the differences between these guitars. You know what? Again, I can't say one is, this is it, this is the best one. There may be a preference when you listen. But they're all great guitars, and I enjoy every one of them very much. But thought you might want to take a listen and hear the differences with these small body guitars for just finger picking, and also a strum. So with that in mind, let's start out with a little bit of finger picking, and I'm going to start with the Sheeran by Lowden, and Gibson. Has a mahogany back and sides, and it has a solid spruce top. The Mackenzie Marr tends to be a lot brighter, and I think the Sheeran may have it on the volume. But as far as sustain and clarity, I like the Gibson. I mean, they're all good. I don't know. I think they're great guitars all the way around. And it's really hard for me to say one's better than the other. But what'd you think? Did you have one that you liked better than the other? Let me know in the comments. All right. Well, that's it for today. And I hope you all have a wonderful day out there wherever you are in this world. And don't forget to like and subscribe.